GA or whatever, I've been able to partake in 14 of them. So as a coach, you get very spoiled. I mean, it's nice to be able to plan that this has been my family. They know that Christmas is going to be around some kind of bowl game. I mean, we have to plan our travel around where we're going to be, so we never know where we're going to be for Christmas. Sometimes we're in a hotel. I mean, when I was GA, I had to steal the Christmas tree from down in the lobby so that all that good stuff. So you never know what you're going to have to plan for, so you always have to make adjustments.
You're going to steal one?
We're gonna be home, so we won't need for Christmas, and with that one we won't have to do it this game, so it'll be good.
Is there any way to overstate the benefit for the young players playing in a bowl game?
No, it's I mean, it used to be you only get 15 practices. Now with the championship game being so far away and stuff, I mean you can practice 40 times if you don't play until the first week of January. But with the situation that our program is right now. The practices that we've partaken in so far has been great. We don't have a lot of young guys to develop because on our side of the ball they're all playing, so they're getting developed on Saturdays, which is, I mean, you can't. There's nothing that replaces that experience that those guys are getting. So the 7 practices that we have before we play will be good. We've had an opportunity in all of them. I mean, normally you don't necessarily scheme for the whole time. We've had a luxury since it's almost like a bye week. I mean, we get an extra week because we didn't play in a championship game, unfortunately, but they did. So it's literally like a bye week for them. So the developmental for those guys, it's been good, and we've got a lot of young guys that on offense. I mean, they took a couple of the scout team receivers today when we had an injury in practice with Ryan yesterday, so they needed some extra bodies. So we're a little bit depleted for the development part of it, but it's so valuable. It's almost an additional spring practice if you have the players to do it right. And by the time we get to 2021, I plan on being in bowl games, so we'll have that chance to be a great opportunity for development.
How unheard of is it to have a defense where you've got 2 freshmen that are the leaders? It's their defense. You've talked about that all along. How unusual is it?
Very. It's often too much to ask of those guys. Especially, I mean, it's different when they're redshirt freshmen and they've been in your program for a year and a half. When you've got guys that are walking off the street, I mean, Merlin and Darian and Nashari, I mean, more so Merlin and Darian have been the focal point on our team on defense. I mean, those guys were planning on going to the prom 6 months ago. I mean, it's unbelievable what we've asked them to do, but more so that they've been able to do it. And they're special. They're special, and I'm super glad we have them.
Coach, was there a moment where you kind of looked up and went, wow, we've got a lot of freshmen?
No, I think we were a little bit prepared for it because going through spring practice, we saw where we were deficient. We knew that you, as a coach, you're making a huge mistake if you ever plan on a true freshman coming in and playing and having an impact. I mean, it's often too much to ask. So we knew those guys were going to have to play. I had no idea we were going to put as much pressure and ask them to do as much as we did. And if you would have asked me that question in last April, after we finished spring ball, what the impact those guys are going to have, I'd have told you, hopefully they can play. If you'd have told me that those guys are going to be the leader of your defense, I'd have said we're not going to be very good at all. And I don't think we'd be in a bowl game. So give them a lot of credit because we asked them to do a lot and they did it.
How do you feel that's kind of sparked recruiting in a way?
Well, I think it's helped tremendously. Those guys, we're getting phone calls from people, kids that they see the opportunities that are here. They see how well those guys are playing, and that we're not afraid to play those guys. And so we've got a couple of ex-teammates of guys call and say, hey, can you pass me on to the coaches so that we can get them? It's a good player. I mean, there's people that are being recruited by top 5 programs in the country that are calling to see if we can make room for them. That's a good problem.
Do you feel that, like, I'm not saying that you, like, coaches or programs apply, but you always hear players say certain things in recruiting, like, oh, they said I would have a chance to play as a freshman if I competed, and they felt they competed and didn't have that chance. Do you feel that putting that up on the field and delivering that message kind of even sparks better play from that?
Absolutely. I mean, we tell everybody in recruiting and in our program, we're going to play the best players. It does not matter who you are. Doesn't matter if you're a true freshman. Doesn't matter if you're a walk-on. I don't care. I want good football players that practice hard, compete, and make plays. I mean, it's effort, assignment, make plays. Those are our 3 criteria in order for any football player to be a good football player. You have to play with effort. You have to know what you're doing and be able to make plays, and then you have a chance. Effort, assignment, make plays. And those guys, we preach it. We preach it in recruiting. But I mean, our best recruiters, we often give the coaches way too much credit. Our best recruiters are our players. When those guys come into town on official visits and they spend time with the kids, that's when those guys get recruited and they decide whether or not they want to come. Because those guys will come back to us and they'll tell us, Coach, that guy's, he don't fit in. We'll stop recruiting him. Don't care how good a player they are. If the kids don't like them, we ain't recruiting them. And those are our best recruiters. So yeah, I think it has a great impact.
You looking forward to the bus trip to Las Vegas?
I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be really, really cool. I mean, the team bonding part of it, I think we're taking 6 of them, so it'll look like a whole caravan. I mean, with all of them, we're going to make a couple stops. Coach Edward, I think it's a great idea. It's not very far, I mean, 6 hours. We're going to stop in Kingman. I think we're going to go to Five Guys and eat burgers, and there's a 31 flavors next door. I mean, Coach Edwards knows his way around a milkshake, so we'll have to follow him and see. And then we're going to stop at the dam. I mean, there's a bunch of guys on our team that have never seen Hoover Dam, and that's a really cool deal. And then we're going to go see the stadium as soon as we get there, so they can get a feel for it, and then we can plan out for the week. But I think it's great. It'll be a really fun deal.
Yourself and Antonio, Tony, and the staff in general. How much of a baseline in California have you guys established that's you're going to continue to build on? How solid is where you're at in California right now?
I think it's the strongest that ASU. The ASU brand has been in Southern California in a long time, because I recruited Southern California my whole time at San Diego State, and also in New Mexico, and in the Inland Empire. I mean, I think I ran into ASU a couple times. I mean, that ain't very many. And now the ASU brand is all over the place. And we're doing some different things in recruiting. That's putting it out there even more. I mean, if you watch all our Ignite episodes, I mean, Coach Pierce and Coach Simon, those guys are having a whole bunch of fun. But they do a good job with the kids, and the kids see that, and they put it all over social media. I mean, we went to a couple high schools last week, and we roll up, and there's 8 coaches. Get out of the car, there's a freaking drone following me. It's getting ridiculous what we're doing. Okay, I mean, and the kids are talking, and the LA schools, they notice, they know we're there, so it's good.